Hey guys, welcome back to the layout. So today I've got another layout update for you. This is going to be layout update 3 on my HO scale layout 2.0. As you can see, I've made quite a bit of progress. In the last video, I only had up to the switch. So you can see I've got up this first incline. I've actually had to rip it up. I was missing a couple of the pieces at the bottom, and it was just going from flat to the incline too quickly, and I experienced some derailing issues. So instead of laying everything, what I'm doing is I'm laying a section and I'm testing it and I'm testing it and I'm testing it. And what I do is I test it forward and backwards and forward and backwards. That way it's pushing and it's pulling and it's pushing from, both directions and it's pulling from both directions just to see if I can emulate anything. Now, obviously, I have a limited amount of rolling stock to test with, but 3 pieces of rolling stock is going to be the limit, I think. I just don't have the room for these big long trains, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think 3 cars, depending if they're box cars or flat cars or whatever, is a nice size. Anyway, so it takes the incline really well. I did extend it. You can see it used to be here to line up with this line. I got moved back. But I'm happy with it. It works great. There's no derails. On the inclines, both of them, they are 4%. That one is going to be 2 as well. And I don't know if it's the 4% or just the 15-inch radius mixed with the 4% grade, but the locomotive slows down. It doesn't seem to struggle. There doesn't seem to be wheel slip, but it slows down. And I'm not sure if putting more weight in it would help, but I have ordered DCC. I've ordered TCS kits for these sound kits, which come with Keep Alives. I was going to go with the Lock Sound retrofit kits because that's what they came from the factory. And ESU actually makes a retrofit where you just plug it in and you screw the little box into its place. And it's basically the exact same as buying factory sound and DCC. But I saw I had a hard time finding the ESU kits because apparently they're out of stock and they're on summer vacation, or so I'm told by Bowser, because I actually emailed Bowser about it. But I did end up finding some TCS kits, and I haven't really used TCS before, so I was really excited. They came with a Keep Alive chip, so I want to try that and get a feel for that to see how I like them. And once I get the DCC in, I can set up my AR1 and actually have it go around in the circle. Right now, I'm just using jumper wires to test everything. Anyways, I've got some switches in. This is going to be a little runaround siding. So although the industry is going to come off this switch, which you can't really see because I've got a train on it, the industry is going to come back this way. This is going to be a siding, and I'm going to have a right-hand switch there and a siding there, which will accommodate the 3 cars and a locomotive, which will allow the train to pass. Because the whole point of having a loop with, even though I've got the reversing loops, is I really like the idea of having a train going around while you try to switch the industries. So you may have to wait for the train to pass. You may have to wait in the siding, use this as a runaround quickly, that kind of stuff. So I kind of set that up so that it can happen. You can technically do a runaround with 2 rolling stock cars here and have one in the siding, or you can park the whole train in the siding while the loop train kind of goes around. So that's the idea behind that. I've got one there, and I'll have one up in this area on the second level as well, and technically I'll have one in the yard too, if you can call it a yard because it's so small. Anyways, I decided to go with the Pico Curve turnout. At first I was a little hesitant because I had them on my old layout and I did have some problems, but a lot of those problems were with the bigger locomotives. Like I remember when Chris would bring over like his SD70 Mac or whatever he ended up having. It's been a couple years, so I forget, but it had a lot of problems, but it was a 6-axle. So these are all 4 axles. I've tested, like I said, and there are no issues. So I'm really happy I went with that. It's a much better use of space, I think. If I do start to experience problems, I may just cut in a turnout, a straight turnout or something here, and have it go that way. Anyways, as we go up this incline, this is all glued down and soldered, and we get to here, which is some fresh glue. I have tested it up until there's the joint. So this was kind of here, and I just had some cork temporarily here just to make it level. And like the train was able to come up and just kind of stop here, and it worked great. Again, it slows down on the incline, but other than that, there's no derails, there's no grinding, no binding, nothing like that. So I'm really happy, and we've got the switch up there for the yard ready to be put in action. So I think what's going to happen is once this dries, I'll probably just throw another piece of flex track on the end of that switch and test it, because I don't want to go any further with the cork until I have this area fully tested. And that's what I've been doing. As I test more track, I kind of lay more cork, just because I don't want to get terribly far and then find out I have to, go back and change something. Like I did end up changing this because I got this turnout put in, so I had to rip this up, and like I said, I had to rip that up as well. So if I'm laying a bunch of track and a bunch of cork, I just have to end up ripping it up. Anyways, guys, that's all for today. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for having me back. I'm really glad to be back in HO. So comments, criticisms, questions down below. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, and don't forget to like this video. And until next time, enjoy your bacon.